I can't even imagine what Miyamoto's perspective on like Mario is.
Yeah,
like at this point of like having lived alongside it and having been just attached at the hip to that name and that character,
and you know,
since forever.
And that character's been used for stuff that he was less involved or not involved with.
Certainly.
You know, like all his weird appearances in non-Mario games and stuff might not necessarily. Like I wonder if there was a process where they had to go to him and say, "We want to make the ref in Punch-Out look like Mario." Is that like okay?
I wonder if
like,
he even just
deal?
feels any like sense of ownership over it because of that stuff.
Yeah.
I think he's ever seen.
I would imagine that the kind of corporate culture of Japanese corporations would maybe prevent him from feeling that way about that character. I don't know.
Think he's ever seen the Super Mario Brothers film?
Yes,
absolutely.
Sure, yeah. I mean, Nintendo was all the way through.
Yeah, it's not like that was not called. You know, this ain't Super Mario
not
Brothers.
like the plot tree, but like up front, like they were very interested in having like
how did it happen then?
There's a
how did it come out like that?
Go read it. There's a big piece on Grantland that went up like a couple weeks ago, doing a big breakdown of the film, which then pulls from another big breakdown that went up a couple of years ago. Both are fascinating reading. Like that movie was so fucked on set, they were just drinking scotch in between takes. Like the 12 different screenwriters that worked on it. Like it's unbelievable, and it also is why Nintendo has done like that's not in the Grantland piece, but it's in the previous one. It's why Nintendo has done nothing ever since, is because that was such a bad experience for them, where they just said, you know, we really want to find a partner, and they found a partner, and they went and did a thing, and they were so grossly offended by it that they have refused to engage in any sort of
But like what? Like out of the gate, when you're like,
sense.
I want to take your franchise and make a movie, and okay, well, just talk to me, Miyamoto, about what this is. And, it's a guy, he jumps on Goombas and tries to save a princess from a giant turtle.
And that's what they talk about in the Grantland piece, is like, that's a really fucked premise to start with.
I think the movie,
you're pretty much, your back is against the wall.
Sure.
But at the same time, like, you could. I mean, it's like a Wizard of Oz thing, right? It's like Stranger in a Strange Land.
But they also talk about how there were like early premises that were much more fantastical than what ended up. What the movie ended
I think
up being.
that ends up being the part where that movie breaks down is that treatment that they gave it.
Also, it was live action.
Yeah,
like, just live action was just like you can imagine, like in a world where like Wreck-It Ralph exists, like or Pixar or someone could make a CG like Mario film that was totally acceptable and
the
fun
cartoons.
and fun.
I mean, the Mario cartoons were not atrocious. They weren't like.
I would like
amazing.
to reference the Milli Vanilli episode of the Super Mario Brothers 3 show.
I mean, yeah. Once they got to the Super Mario Brothers 3 show or whatever it was,
Captain Lou
the
was
Super Mario
involved at that
World
point?
show. It was a Super Mario World cartoon, right?
This was still in the 3 era, but I think they did go to World.
Was all that stuff post Super Show?
I think it's just what Super Show like became. But at that point,
was Captain Lou still there?
I mean, not so much.
But you want to talk about like the first year or so, or the first 6 months, or whatever it was of that Super Mario cartoon. Like it was as faithful as it needed to be to the source material. Like whatever.
Zelda
like,
on Fridays.
Yeah,
in a cartoon that works.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, the Dragon's Lair cartoon worked.
Yeah, making it live action is a whole different can of worms. Like,
but especially
like
then, like if you made it live action now, you know the effects are at a point where you probably.
Oh man!
So what the hell would that movie be? Like it immediately breaks down. The whole premise doesn't work.
Will be Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo.
Bob Hoskins is dead.
I would watch a reunion between those two.
Bob Hoskins is dead.
So. I did not know that.
What? Yeah, Bob Hoskins is dead.
Well, we CG Bob
years
Hoskins.
Yeah, we have the technology. None of this is
no fucking way.
Bob Hoskins
that's
is
not a deal
long
breaker.
dead.
That's not a deal breaker.
And it's also not a deal breaker.
How did I miss that?
That's terrible.
Samantha Mathis. That's her name, right?
Yeah. At the peak of her powers.
Oh, yeah.
No, Broken Arrow is the
actually.
peak. There you go.
Well, I would say pump up the volume.
Yeah,
okay,
he's
fine.
If
you want to
Dennis
be
Hopper's
honest
dead too,
about
right?
God damn it!
Yes, Dennis
Hopper's dead too.
Yeah.
Bob Hoskins is not
Sorry,
dead.
so we have some serious casting issues with our reunion.
Dennis Hopper is definitely dead, but Bob Hoskins is still alive.
Okay,
really?
All right. God damn.
He is 70.
Oh, this swing.
And he's British.
He just retired. That's what it was.
Same thing.
Oh God,
Just dead
So
to
you
you.
mean-
my heart almost stopped.
I think the only
All
way
right,
to
so Bowser was going to be CG in my reboot anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this
because if you look at this
works
picture
out
of
just
him,
fine.
You look at this picture of him now, I don't think he can pass for Mario anymore.
Well,
But I think you do. I think
Carry
you have
off
to do
some
a,
wisdom.
He didn't then.
Look at Tron. Look at Tron Legacy. All right, they've laid out the blueprint for how we're going to make this happen.
Exactly. Look at Tron Legacy and do exactly what that did, because that was a smash. Whatever. That probably worked overseas.
it did pretty well.
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie, and I'm certainly not defending it. But there's, obviously, if it's live action, you got to know where to rein it in a little bit,
or just not rein it in.
Wait, have you not seen the Super Mario Bros.
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah, fucking shut up.
I've seen enough
No, you haven't.
of it.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't.
Shut up.
What?
That movie has to.
I didn't say anything. You can't tell me to shut up when I'm not making an argument.
You're passing quality judgment against this movie that you've not seen. You do not know how bad and how weird it is.
I'm not.
I'm just saying.
I didn't make a claim either way.
Your tone would be significantly different if you had actually been through that. I have vivid memory of going.
I saw it in the theater.
I didn't see it when it was new.
I saw it.
First
saw it
time
in the
I saw
theater.
it was on Showtime or something like that. Afterwards,
I had gotten fucking poison oak all over my face, and half my face had swollen up terribly, so I couldn't go to school. So, didn't really have anything to do, so went and saw opening day, first showing, like 12:05 matinee.
You and me both, brother.
Me and no one else went and saw the Super Mario Brothers movie.
I saw Striptease first showing, first day it was out.
Wow.
The Demi Moore classic.
Brad, I did not mean to be disrespectful.
No, the only reason
pinpoint or just your bliss point got touched.
the only reason I brought that up was because of the uproar going around about Megan Fox as April O'Neil on Twitter this morning.
My only point is that you gotta watch
Turtles fans.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm sure I'll.
I think the Super Mario Brothers movie is actually a really interesting look.
It's amazing
at how somebody tries to. It's like somebody opened a door and had all the props from the Super Mario Brothers game made there, and didn't know anything about the franchise, and said, "Make a movie out of this." And
here are the parts.
Here's the thing: there's a dinosaur. He's kind of like a turtle dinosaur, and Mario
mushrooms play an important role.
And that's all I'm going to give you. Make a movie.
All
it's got to be an hour
Distant
and a half.
Kingdom.
Maybe I need to see this.
At one point, he's a plumber. There's a plumber.
Right.
Pick which one you want. And
I've seen enough stills and clips from it to at least know what all the production design looked like and stuff.
It is a movie to be experienced.
So,
it is like get some friends or just a Friday night with
alone.
a 6-pack, and it is just holy shit.
Mario, Luigi Mario.
Especially now. How was this movie made? Like it just doesn't. It makes no sense in 2013.
Mojo Nixon as Toad.
But
what
it didn't make sense then.
No, that was
right?
But it made sense in like Nintendo was like the height of the the Wii was super popular, but like Mario as a character was like he was Mickey Mouse. Like it made sense that it was going to make this jump.
Yeah.
So the idea that it exists, sure, but it's like this movie is what exists.
Right.
it's very much like Terry Gilliam made like a Super Mario Brothers movie.
Kind of. Like weirdly dark, and you're like having to like. It's really interesting to watch just because of like you said, Vinny, someone had to take like, here are all these fucking insane, cartoonish, fantastical ideas. Now make it so that you might believe people would do these things.
Well, that was the thing about the Ninja Turtles thing today, is that everybody was mad because it just looks like Megan Fox dressed as Megan Fox,
Sure.
Like everybody was like, oh, where's the yellow jumpsuit? Like, fuck this. It was like, did you really need to see her like prancing around in a yellow onesie for an entire movie to buy the character? Like,
if they had one scene,
I guess
like that, then whatever. It's
like maybe a little nod to it or something, but
the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie did not have any of that bullshit either. So.
Yeah, right. Like transposing every
Kevin
element
Nash.
of a thing.
Kevin Nash being
no, that was number 2.
He will not be in this one.
No, he was not in the first one.
I know, but would he be in this new movie?
I'm going to say probably not either.
Weak.
I don't believe he's been in any of the interim Turtles movies either.
Is Krang going to be in it?
Yes.
I'm going to just not.
Bob Hoskins playing Krang.
How about Elias Koteas?
Yeah, no CG.
Yeah.
I don't know.
His skin
fucking Elias Koteas is the fucking.
He was Casey Jones.
Is the goddamn boss in that first TMNT movie.
Yeah. Long-haired Casey Jones.
Wait, he was in the first one? I thought he was the second one.
No, he's in the first one. Only first
Casey
one.
Jones is in.
Yeah,
he's only in the first one.
Is Casey Jones in the second one?
No, he's only in the first one. The character and the actor.
Oh wow!
When was the last
Casey
time
Jones,
you saw any of those movies? Do those?
I actually watched.
Do those hold up?
For the first one holds up remarkably
The second
well.
one was
the first one.
dumb.
The second one is hot
Oh,
fucking
yeah, it's
garbage.
horrible.
But like in a fun way?
No.
Okay.
No, I did that pretty recent. I say within the last year.
Which is the one where they're at the farm?
That's first one.
First
Okay.
one. Like,
I know. Is it Michelangelo? No, who's all
who was
sad?
it? Who was
Who's
it that
all
got
pouty?
jumped and was like in a coma?
Raphael.
Wasn't it Raph?
Oh,
and like
yeah,
like wasn't one of them in a coma for a while?
Yeah,
and like there's some
they just throw him in the tub,
and there's some like legitimate pathos and soul searching in that movie.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, this is like 20-year memories.
There was
I'm
like
not sure
the father-son stuff with the kid who gets wrapped up in the Foot Clan
Yes.
bullshit. Like that relationship
right.
actually fucking works.
I just remember you go Pizza Hut, get the tape. That's it.
I remember
Secret to the Ooze.
Yeah.
Back when they had a TMNT musical stage show.
I remember that first
Coming
movie.
out of our shells.
Yeah.
People know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I own that tape.
Oh,
There's a tape
man.
somewhere of me singing that.
Yeah, we got to find that. You got that?
I think it's digitized somewhere.
Did you do that
next time I'm home?
Did you do that at an amusement park
Nope, in the basement of my parents' house.
in front of a green screen?
Yeah, the
Coming out of our shells. That's all I remember. But I remembered being really bummed that I never got to see it in person.
Can we get a hold of Mama Klepek, see if she can dig up that tape?
Oh, it's digitized on my friend's hard drive.
Oh,
I'll see if I can get a copy of it. I have no. Yeah,
I'm kind of pissed now that it's taken it this long for this to come up.
Took me a while
That
for me
sounds
to
like
come out of my shell and admit that I wanted to show it to you.
Well, I respect that.
Here's my last thing about the Super Mario Brothers in the movie thing. At least the Super Show, the rendition, the character of Mario, I thought was great in the cartoon. Like voice, like he was a guy who was getting shit done all the time. He was always in charge. Like something bad would happen in the cartoon, he wasn't like oh, it's me. He was like, Luigi, we gotta go stop the guy.
Yeah, we gotta go
fix this shit. The kingdom's in the, like,
and I mean, it was
princess's
it must have been
birthday.
nice, like as a kid, to have like a strong Italian role model.
Totally.
I like that.
I was going to say, he sounded like an Italian plumber oughta.
a guy who would take charge and get stuff done. And his brother he was okay, but he's like, oh no, Mario, I don't know what to do. And
God damn it, Luigi.
Yeah, like, Luigi, just come and kiss her. Give her a kiss. And that was so much better.
Hey,
than
get out of here.
Yeah, the dumb shit that they put in the games. Who did Luigi? It was some other dude. It wasn't Captain Lou. He was paired with some other guy.
He was. It was just.
In the live action part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if he was a name.
Captain
or
Lou
not.
didn't do the voice in the cartoon, did he?
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
I feel like he could have.
Isn't that stuff all on Netflix?
A lot of it was, or a lot of it was readily available online in some legal way.
The good news is there's only really 10 frames of animation that they just kind of recycled for the rest of it.